Hi, this is an explanation for week one for the work to be completed this week. Now, you've already viewed the course overview video, and you know what is the expectations for the work to be completed this semester. This video will give you specifically the expectations for what needs to be done for week one. Each week there will be a video for each week. So you've already viewed the course overview video, and now you are viewing this. You completed the first activity this week. The second is to introduce yourself on this Padlet. Here's the link to the Padlet. You click on that. You're going to add a photo of yourself, your family artifact, and something about yourself and your artifact. Comment on two of your colleagues' postings. Try to comment on somebody's posting who has not received a comment yet. So I've created mine. I've created my artifact. My artifact is a book my grandmother wrote about herself, and part of it is about her teaching in a one-room schoolhouse in the hills of Tennessee. It's quite fascinating, and I loved reading about her as a teacher and what she had to endure teaching in a very rural area in Tennessee. You may have something that's been passed down from generation to generation. That could be your artifact. It can be something that you just treasure yourself and you might pass on to your children. It might be something that your family just has. So whatever your artifact is, please post a picture of that and comment on that, and then also comment on your colleagues' postings. You're going to read chapters 1 and 2 next. I have copied chapters 1 and 2 as per the copyright laws. That's all I can do. You will need to make sure you order the textbook. And as I said in the other video, you can rent it, you can borrow it, you can buy it, you can buy a used copy. Whatever works best for you is fine with me. But I am giving you the first 2 chapters so that you can complete the work for this week while you're waiting for your textbook if you need to do that. After you've read the 2 chapters, then I want you to think about the qualities of a social studies teacher. So after reading both chapters 1 and 2, you're going to respond to the following questions in this drop box. Qualities of a social studies teacher. What makes a good social studies teacher? What qualities would you expect a successful social studies teacher to demonstrate? What qualities do you currently possess? And which one do you think you lack? Which ones are you in the process of developing? You're going to post your response in the week 1 drop box. Then we're going to take a look at objectives, and you're going to be writing one in ABCD format. And I'm pretty particular about the fact that this is how I want you to write your objectives. So you will need to go to the objectives and lesson plan folder, and you'll view the document about writing objectives. You can view the video. There are samples of objectives, at least the action verbs that you would use. You need to make sure that your objective is measurable and is observable. You're to write an objective in ABCD format, which is observable and measurable, using a hobby that you can create your objective about. So this is my hobby, or one that I think is my hobby. So in my example, I've written, given a stack of new children's literature, the student will be able to select 2 books to be read in free time over the next month. So that is all you need to write is 1 sentence, but make sure you can identify A, B, C, D. You do not have to identify it each time as I've done here, but at least you will be able to visually see that you have all 4 parts. A is the audience. The audience in my objective is the student will be able to. B is the behavior. What will they do? They will read 2 books. C is the condition. That's the tools you're giving them. What am I giving them that they are able to do, complete this objective? They're actually going to be given a stack of children's literature. And what's the degree? They're going to read 2 books over the next month. Is this observable? Yes, I can see them reading if they read during school. I could ask them if they are reading books, so I can know that they are reading. I'm not asking if they comprehend them, but I'm asking if they're reading. So if you have kindergartners and you're going to read 2 books, maybe they aren't going to comprehend, but they're going to look at the pictures and they're going to know that their parents most likely will know that they have to read 2 over the next month. But anyways, you can observe them reading. And can you measure it? Yes, I can find out what 2 books they read, and I can talk to them about the books that they read as well. So my hobby is reading children's literature, as you probably have identified, but I've been able to create an objective with all 4 parts that is observable and measurable. After you've written your objective, you're going to write a lesson plan. You're going to use the Educational Studies lesson plan template, and I put a link to that right here. If you need more information, go to the Objectives and Lesson Plan folder, which is really the module, and you can see there is a video that I've created about how to put together your lesson plan using the lesson plan template. So look for a lesson plan online, and you're going to modify that to fit the template. You're going to fill in every single component on the template using information from the online lesson plan you found. Now, maybe the online doesn't have objectives. You're going to have to write objectives. Maybe it doesn't have the standard. You're going to have to figure out what standard would go. And you will use that information. So you will link that lesson plan that you found to your lesson plan so that I can click on that if I need to take a look at which lesson plan you're modifying. Now, if I notice that I have some concerns about your lesson plan, then I will not give you credit this week in the matter of points. But what I will do is then tell you that we need to meet and go over your lesson plan. And once we do that, then of course I will give you the credit for completing all of the activities this week. So if you receive points for this week and I don't ask to see you, then your lesson plan is fine and you can move ahead. If I need to see you, then I will identify that, and don't take it as being a something that you that is not good. It's just I'm going to review with you how to write a lesson plan the way I would like you to see you write it. Okay? That's about writing and modifying a lesson plan. The last activity here that you would do independently is to create a Betsy Ross star. So you're going to use this following link right here, and you're going to create a star without measuring it and with only cutting one snip with a pair of scissors. You're going to take a photo of your star and post it in week 1's Dropbox. Now, it may take you several times to create the star, but you'll get the hang of it eventually. You're going to research Betsy Ross and determine if you found research you learned, or is this information you found different from what you originally learned about Betsy. There was lots of rumors about Betsy Ross, so maybe what you heard is different than what you now have researched. You're going to post the link as evidence to your learning and explain what you have learned in regards to Betsy Ross. Last but not least is your group work, and we will have group work each week. Part of the conditions for me to continue my certification as an online teacher is that I am supposed to have some group work within our weekly work. So you will always have a week, or almost every week, have a group work. When I click on that, it's going to take me to the assignment for the group work, or at least the activity for the group work. So each member of the group is to select one topic from the list below from Chapter 1. If there are more than 4 members of the group, additional members can select the same topic as another member, and if so desired, work together on that topic. Reread the pages from the textbook assigned to that topic, select one of the choices to complete for the topic selected, and you're going to post your work by Wednesday. That's so your other group members can comment on your work after Wednesday, and that's what I want each member of your group to do. So as a member of the group, you're going to pick from topics: integrative social studies, that's on pages 8 through 14, or you're going to look at curriculum models on pages 15 through 18, or you're going to look at implementing national and professional social studies standards, page 19 to 24, or powerful and purposeful social studies instruction, pages 24 through 30. Each member will pick one of those topics. So you need to let your other members know, and you can do that through emailing the students. And if you click on more up here in this, it will take you to your group members, and you can then email them and let them know which topic you are doing. Now, once you've read those topics, you've selected the topics and read them, you're going to then create the product of either you're going to create a virtual visual graphic organizer for the topic, or a story or a poem. You're going to research a website to support the topic and explain that website and how it supports the topic. You could create a game, or you could create any other activity comparable to the above choices. Once you've posted your final product, then you are to comment on each of your group members to receive full credit for this group work. That's the group work for this week. I'm going to take you back to week 1 because you have some reminders here. Your first reminder is that your annual pacing schedule assignment is due next week. You need to start looking at that now. That will be the Sunday at the end of the week, of course. So you have all of week 2, but I would look at that to familiarize yourself with that and see if you have any questions. You'll read chapters 3 through 6 in the textbook. You should have received that by next week, and you'll read those chapters to complete the activities for week 2. Thirdly, check out the community service assignment. I talked about that in detail in the course overview video. You need to complete 20 hours of community service. You need to receive prior approval from me prior to beginning your service, and the reason for that is I want to make sure that it is a possibility to be used as community service. It can't be anything you're being paid for now. If you are volunteering somewhere now, you're welcome to use that community service, but please again make sure you have prior approval from me before you start that service, the community service. That's it for week 1. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you online.